everyone. I hope all of you are absolutely safe. And as per your turn, you have taken your vaccinations, whether it's the first jab or both the jabs. That is our only hope at this point in time, given that we are at the cusp of a second wave and a possible impending third wave in our country. On the markets front, the month of June was that of rising yields for the bond markets. The key trigger, there were two sets of events. One was the monetary policy in the early part of June, which was in line with expectations, so more like a maintenance mode. There was a marginal upward revision on the inflation forecast, but a 1 percentage point downward revision on the growth forecast. But what really acted as a mood dampener for the bond markets was the headline CPI, or the Consumer Price Index data, which shot past the 6% mark. And not only the headline, but even the core inflation, which excludes food and fuel items, that also has shot up quite materially. Clearly a big surprise for the bond markets, and post that across the curve we have seen yields harden anywhere between 15 basis points to 25 basis points. Markets are clearly taking a view that the Reserve Bank of India may have to depart from the accommodative stance and probably even look at tightening rates in the very near future. Do we subscribe to it? What is our view? Obviously, we shall discuss. But the point remains that at the current juncture, the curve, which was extremely steep, the gap between the repo rate in India, which is at 4%, and the 10-year bond benchmark GSEC yield is close to about 2%. That across the curve, we've started seeing the spreads flatten, which means the shorter end of the yield curve has started going up a tad faster than the long end or the far end of the yield curve. Reason? Because the market believes that there could be a two-way process to depart from the accommodative stance. You start normalizing the market liquidity, you start normalizing expectations, and B, it could be then followed by rate hikes on the repo front. What is our take? We believe in two things. One, we are also of the view that the Reserve Bank of India could start probably with the normalization of the liquidity in the banking system. Right now, we are at about 8 lakh crores, or INR 8 trillion rupees of banking system liquidity. The VRR, or the variable rate reverse repo auction, currently is in place only for 2 lakh crores and for a period of 14 days. Could this get extended to 2 months or 3 months, and could the amount enhance? That is something which we would assign a reasonably high chance at the current juncture. So that would be a gradual normalization of the liquidity. And B, at a later date, probably sometime post the October quarter, we could start seeing an upward move on the reverse repo, such that the gap between the reverse repo and the repo rate, which is currently at 65 basis points or 0.65%, probably could narrow down to a 0.25%, which is what or where it was before the start of the pandemic. So these are obviously times which are fluid. There is no right or wrong. It is more about an appropriate monetary decision at the right time. And therefore, our view is that the central banker may not hasten to act and rush the rate hike pedal just looking at one inflation data. It is important to see how long is this inflation going to sustain. Is it going to sustain for the next 1 or 2 months, or is it going to sustain for the next couple of quarters? I think the shape of monetary policy decision making could be carved out based on these inputs. For now, the next couple of inflation readings are likely to be on the higher side, including the June inflation data, which will be released later in the month of July. Bond markets, therefore, are likely to remain extremely apprehensive and any possible rallies, investors in the bond markets who have been trading would actually rush into exit, and that kind of a trading zone which has been created continues to be there with the ranges gradually heading higher. What is in it store for a fixed income investor? Should the fixed income investor exit the fixed income strategies at the current juncture? Well, our answer is a big no. The reason being, markets have the ability to discount a possible event way ahead of its happening. The portfolio YTMs across fixed income strategies have witnessed an uptick for the month of June, anywhere between lower end of 5 to 7 basis points to upper end of 15 to 25 basis points. This is making the carry of the portfolio extremely attractive, which means that the opportunity cost of staying in an overnight category or a liquid category, which in a surplus liquidity scenario still is trying to mirror the reverse repo rate, the opportunity cost is going to be significantly high. We therefore believe that staying invested in line with your investment horizon, even if you have north of 12 to 24 month investment horizons, please try to position yourself into strategies which have durations in and around that bucket. The steepness of the yield curve, added with not an emergency rate hike lurking as a possibility, and probably a graded normalization, could be a reasonable good recipe for you to stay invested. But as I said, it's important to keep in mind your horizon, which should largely try to sync in with the duration of the fixed income portfolio. Be mindful of volatilities going ahead, which is the order of the day. However, trying to seek and explore opportunities at the right time is equally important when it comes to investing. On that note, stay safe, take care, and stay invested.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.